everybody, it's me, Duke CT. Here is my panel with Jay Washington. Thank you for that, brother, right there. On my panel, the new golden age of professional wrestling. I hope you enjoy it. There are some audio issues. Some of the questions didn't get through because I didn't bring an actual camera. I used my cell phone, but it's still good. It is still great. You can watch it, and hopefully the people seem to really enjoy it. I hope I can be back next year. And thank you thank you for people behind Blerdcon. Thank you for Jay Washington sticking up for me, whatever, and just the entire crowd. I didn't think I would get that many people to watch this panel. Thank you. I am so humbled by it, and enjoy the show. And see you when I see y'all later. All right, let's test. Oh, there we go. All right, good. Okay. Hello. Hey, how y'all doing? This great evening, and welcome to the new golden age of professional wrestling. Yeah. It is, it has been one hell of a ride for the past couple of years in the world of wrestling. I mean, you have, back in 2019, AEW formed, and then through the pandemic, there was a lot of good, a lot of bad, and everything just out there. Then a couple years later, Vince McMahon dipped with all the other stuff that happened. I know it's No. Yes, and then a year later, he came back with the UFC and such, and then he dipped again. Right after they had a huge deal, WWE had a big deal with Netflix, and then he's now 100% gone. No. I say 95% because but he still got the money. So. But he still got capital, so just give us some time. In 2 or 3 years, he's going to be the new owner of TNA. So, hey, I'm just saying, And then you have AEW with its everything that goes there. You had all the stuff, the elite and everything. The whole they power drive the TK with his weird throw that probably protected him, and and he had to wear that neck brace during the NFL draft, and yet somehow still that they didn't have a worse draft than the Atlanta Falcons, who somehow still had the draft. I mean, did the elite attack him? That would have made sense, but then I look at AEW, and there's so much. The one of the main issues with AEW was the women's division, and it was one of the most it felt like just an afterthought sometimes. But then, this past week, I mean, when you look at what happened, we have multiple stories in main events. You have Statlander and Willow, and shout out to Willow wearing that Danger Owen Hart, which was great. Even though she probably wouldn't fit well in the Nation of Domination. I can imagine having Farouk have this tough promo, and then she just comes out with saying, "Hey, we'll have a great time." Exactly. And then you have Mariah May. They were skipping, and she's everything, and then she just beat the crap out of her. God dang. I'm I was expecting a week or two, but she just beat the crap out of her. And that was a great image afterwards. And even though, I was with that type of image, I was wondering, could they put that as a main event, not Swerve and Brian, which looks like it's going to be fun and everything. But I really looked at that and was that should be the main event if they really know what they can do with that. And also Athena, Ring of Honor, who has, I think she has basically made that show her own, and it proves that, WWE did not see anything in her. I don't know why they didn't see anything in her. I knew something was wrong with her when She didn't beat Oscar when that ticket. Yeah, yeah. That yeah, and mm, it is. It's her show, and I love the fact they have made all these stuff like an announcer is a part of a stable. You have like Billy Starks, who is so. I honestly think she's probably one of the best young stars, not just in AEW and Ring of Honor, but also I think in wrestling in general. I was there like when she won the TV title, and I was like really shocked they actually did that angle. I was like, I mean, that was like, oh, I actually for a second thought she was actually hurt, and then she just came in, took down Queen Amidala, and also shout out to Queen Amidala. She is just, people have slept on her, but yet ever since the pandemic era, she just keeps getting better and better. And then you got Red Velvet, who honestly is one of the most, stealthily like one of the most backbones of that women's division. And I feel like if there is a women's Continental Classic, she should win. Yes, I think she would actually do. I think she should win, and they actually do that. And but the one thing I don't like about what's going on with like Ring of Honor, I feel like there is like some some titles, and for example the Trios Championships that just. I mean, I like the Bang Bang Gang, but it just seems like they just they don't really do anything.
Too many titles in AEW.
And there are many belts in AEW. I think to me one of the worst things worst things they have is I think the bloat of the championships, but also it's not. And I talked about this when I I have a little podcast on the Duke CT Lounge. And I talked about this about not just the AEW but also WWE with their recent pitch to have in a women's Intercontinental Championship and a U.S. Championship. I'm like,
well, the thing is, like, the mid-card titles for the women in WWE. Oh, by the way, I'm Jay Washington, former pro wrestler, 23 years, host of the Blerdcon Panel. You watch stars all this stuff. Great, thank you. WWE has been teasing the idea of secondary women's titles for a while. That's the reason why NXT has introduced the Women's North American Championship. They want to test it on that to see how people actually like it. The problem with AEW is too many belts. AEW is not following history. And when I say history, I mean WCW. Because it is literally doing the exact same things WCW did when